Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of MTG Sin Senpai. So this one's kind of a random video. A friend of mine notified me and let me know that Amazon was having a sale on set booster boxes of Innistrad Midnight Hunt, and I decided to pick one up for myself. Now, it came in a bubble wrapper or bubble mailer or bubble wrapped whatever package, and I noticed whenever I opened it, it had this slice in it right here down the middle. Now, I'm not sure if this box was tampered with. I'm sure people have heard the horror stories about the items that came through Amazon because this sale was on Amazon itself. So here's hoping I didn't get one that was repacked, and I am recording this. So here's hoping that it's not one of those types of boxes. I am hunting for one of those Meat Hook Massacres because from this particular set, I still have not pulled a Meat Hook Massacre. So here's hoping that we get one. And once again, here's hoping that was not one of the random Amazon repacks that was done. Now, it looks like someone might have sliced open the box, and whenever they sliced the box, they cut a little bit too deep, and that's what caused this, because when you look, there's that very distinct line right there. So here's hoping that we don't got one of those tampered boxes, but we'll see. We will have to wait and see. So, here we go. There we are. Let's see, first things first. Let's see, taking a look at the packs. They don't look like they were resealed. So, I was hoping everything looks good. The box itself was just a little banged up, which, I mean, sometimes that happens when items are just in storage. Now, there is a little bit of like wear, a roller mark, it looks like, on the items themselves, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's kind of like a line on every single pack. Now, I'm not sure what would have caused that, but just being extra careful when I'm looking at these packs. It does look like they are not repacked, but you never know. Here's hoping. So when it comes to the way set booster packs were done, I don't recall how these particular ones were done. But, I mean, we still got the Innistrad lands and the art cards, so there was those. Kind of just jumping through the commons and uncommons here. Keep them all in order on our end. And then, this one only had a single rare. I don't think, if I remember, I forget, did these particular packs always have at least 2 rares in them, or was it more like there's just a chance that they might have had 2 rares? But yeah, I mean, here's hoping. I mean, just gotta go through the box and hope for the best. You never know with these things. Well, at least the foil land's still in this one, so there's definitely that. Looking at our commons and uncommons, kind of just blowing through them because I'm sure everyone has seen their fair share of this particular set as it is. A single rare. Oh, and we got ourselves a foil rare. So I'm guessing maybe these were not messed with. They're not tampered with. But I can only open them and hope for the best. So let's take a look and see. Can't see these particular piles, so we'll do that. Alrighty. Just kind of clear up the area. Let everyone see what's going on here. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell. Oh, looks like this one has a list card in it. So at least we got list cards still in these. So I'm guessing these packs weren't tampered with. We'll just have to see. I mean, as far as I can tell, they don't seem like they were. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm not. Oh, Tovolar's Huntsmaster. That's not a bad one. There's that. Oh, and it's another token, but just the other token. But at least this one had a double rare, with it being the flip card or transform card and curse. So, I mean, the only way at this point I can say maybe the box was tampered with is with if I pull no mythics in it, but we'll see. I mean, the chances of not pulling a mythic in a box is very unlikely, so we'll just have to keep going through, hoping for the best. And then when it came to this particular set, what was everyone else's thoughts on it? I mean, I'm a big fan of the Innistrad set itself overall in general, and it's definitely whenever they announced this particular set, it was a lot of fun, the concept, and then the way the night and day cycle is done, I'm not the biggest fan. Like, I did enjoy the transform mechanic itself in general, but I do know it really, like, there's a handful of people that were just not the biggest fans of transform. Now, the fact that the night and day can only be effective by the active player does kind of change the way it works, but at the same time, it's, I mean, wow. It's not, it wasn't the biggest fun. That's a blast from the past right there. Look at that. I don't know if anyone played Squirrels back in the day, but before Squirrels was the thing in Commander, Squirrels, if I remember, was actually a legit deck back in the day, which was a lot of fun. I do remember that being the case. Let's put list cards over here. I know it's off the camera, but it's right there in the corner, so lots of different items to go off of and reveal here. Art cards, lands. But yeah, what was everyone's overall thoughts of this particular set? I mean, power-wise, there wasn't too much stuff that was super strong, but I feel like during Limited, this was a lot of fun to do. Oh, look, another blast from the past right here. Storm Entity. I believe this was... it's a Storm, essentially. Just for +1/+1 counters on the card itself. It's kind of funny. But, yeah, the Midnight Hunt, I think, was a lot of fun. I'm trying to remember. I did a handful of these drafts. Oh, the golden sign card. Cool. It was definitely a blast, and the fact that they did do the Crimson Vow as well. Now, the fact that I don't know if anyone did any of the double feature stuff. The fact that they did the double feature the way that they did, I think was ridiculous. They could have done that in such a better way. Like, the way they announced it was the fact that they were planning on, like, taking key cards from each one of these sets and then doing the double feature. But then all they decided to do is like, oh, we're too lazy. Let's just mash everything together in one massive, insane set. Which, it was overpriced as well for what you got in those particular packs. So, I mean, double feature itself was a terrible fail, but overall, like, Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow I thought were great. And then the Crimson Vow Collector's Edition stuff with the whole with the vampire, or the Dracula, I'm sorry, the Dracula specialty art cards, I thought was amazing. Those were definitely a lot of fun to pull, especially whenever you pulled those particular ones. Good old... Why is there... That's 2 squirrel cards from this particular box. Kind of funny. Big old fan of the Acorn Catapult. I actually run that in my... forget the name of the commander. I keep forgetting her name. The commander that whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you generate that many bunny... Or you generate a bunny token for each token that you control. I mean, is it a strong commander? Absolutely not. Is it fun to play? Heck yeah, it is. So yeah, it's kind of funny. So far, so of all the packs so far, we haven't hit any of our mythics, and then the fact that the only rare was the flip rare in this. I don't know. My gut's telling me that someone may have tampered with this. But it's hard to tell. I mean, there's still product in each one. They're still kind of in order, but I don't know. I feel like, oh, there we go. Our first mythic. Is it a good mythic? Not really, but it's there. So I can't say any more. Now, will we see and hit better things? Here's hoping. I mean, I think if I recall, the biggest money card from this particular set is the Meat Hook Massacre. I don't recall if there's anything else. Maybe if anyone recalls, I'll probably look it up after the fact, but while I'm doing the video and going through the packs and opening them for everybody, we'll just have to Depend on the comments. See if anyone remembers if there's anything else other than the Meat Hook Massacre that was worth something here. Yep. And then the handful of random things so far. I mean, I don't recall there being anything else that's just crazy value. There was a couple like random playable cards like Field of Ruins, so I'm going to be sorting through all of this and getting all the playable stuff set to the side in a little bit. But overall, like, Reality Shift actually is a pretty playable commander card. Not the worst list pull. Definitely could be hitting better cards here. So far, even though this particular box was on sale and was lower cost than the normal, I mean, I'm hunting just for that Meat Hook Massacre. That's what we're hoping for here. And if we don't get it, sad days. Oh, that's a Renin 7. That's not bad. I think that's still kind of played. Maybe that could be the case. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't keep up with any like constructed formats, to be honest. So, but there's that. I remember that. I know that was played in mono green for the longest time. I don't know if mono green's a thing anymore. But hey, there's that. So we at least got ourselves a Planeswalker. Not the worst pull. Definitely pretty happy to have pulled it. Oh, and a Panharmonicon. It's not bad. I mean, pretty decent for a list card, for sure. I mean, who doesn't need extra Panharmonicons, right? So there's that. Still, I will admit, once again, looking for that Meat Hook Massacre. We still got a handful of packs here to go. Here's hoping that of all these packs, at least one of them has a Meat Hook. That's really what we want. Other than that, like I said, I don't remember there being anything else too crazy, anything else that really stood out. I always do enjoy the double-faced foil cards, just because the fact that they foiled both sides is pretty nice. But yeah, here's hoping that, like I said again, I want to say it again and again until I get through all these packs. Oh, there's a foil land. Oop. Foil land, we'll stick that there. But here's hoping that we get that Meat Hook Massacre. Going to keep it on speaking it out and say, hopefully I speak it into existence. And if I don't, it is what it is. But if I do, awesome, I spoke it into existence. So here's hoping. Here's just gotta keep hoping for the best. But yeah, how's everyone else's night's been going so far? I know I'm recovering from the sickness not too long ago, and with the Brothers War coming out, super excited to be doing that. And just sitting on this particular product, I'll admit, while I was recovering, I kept on staring at this box a couple times. I'm like, man, I could just rip it open for myself and for my own particular pleasure, but I decided to hold off, decided to do this for the channel, hopefully there are others out there that are watching and enjoying me ripping open these packs. And I do still love these lands. I know there's a lot of people that don't like the way they look, but I have to say I love the fact that Wizards has really been pimping out these the full art lands these days. Just because I do enjoy full art just lands, period. They just look so much nicer. And then we got ourselves an Aven Riftwatcher. I don't know if anyone played this back in the day, but this was actually a pretty solid card if I remember from the Future Sight. Was it Future Sight? Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me. And then, yeah. Oh, Foil Island as well. Nice. So getting more foily lands. Definitely going to put them in my little... I have a box of just foil lands of all kinds. And it's a lot of fun. Especially just pulling them out and using them for random decks. So... and then I know... Still have a lot of other things that I have in the works. I also know from what I've heard, I've had a couple of buddies hit me up and say that they are finally getting their heads up or heads you win, tails you lose decks. The secret lair from months ago that has been delayed like crazy. Heck, a lot of people were thinking that they were not going to be getting them this year, but apparently they're coming this year. So here's hoping. Oh look, we got ourselves a double Jaren box. Very unfortunate. It would have been nice if that was a Meat Hook Massacre instead of another Jaren, but it is what it is. Gotta keep our hopes up, hope for the best. Still hoping for that Meat Hook Massacre. That's what we want. We don't need any of this other stuff, this other random drink, which I'm at the point where I'm starting to run out of space for a lot of the stuff that I am opening. Ooh, look at that. That's a Wilhelt. I was actually thinking about buying this particular Commander product just to get the Commander card. Now I have it, so I don't need to buy it. So there's that. So, hey, plus a Brutal Cathar. Oh, look at that. A Mask of Grizzlebrand. That was a triple rare pack. So that is pretty decent. So I'm guessing this was not messed with. I'm pretty sure that if it was, I mean, if they did mess with it, they resealed it really, really well. But as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem like that's the case. I mean, I could be wrong. I could have just been, maybe it's not the best box. Oh no, I'd say it's pretty decent because we did get that, the Renin 7. So there's still that. It says this. Foil and token. So we still have a few more packs to go. So far my hopes are starting to die out. I'm not, we haven't hit anything else super crazy. We've hit like maybe the one thing, the two things. But there's nothing really that's really sticking out to me. Really hoping for that Meat Hook Massacre. Nope, that's a Memory Deluge. That's actually, I think that's actually pretty playable in Commander. So there's that. Now, is it in a color that I play a lot? Not really, but it's still there. And hey, I might put that into that Wilhelt deck or that zombie deck that I'm going to be building now. So that's definitely an option. And of course, I at least got all these nice full art lands, so we got that going for us. But overall, this box has not been the best. I know in comparison to others, especially the ones that I pulled recently, these have not been performing too well, or this particular one is just not performing well. And maybe I just busted all my luck in the Dominaria United collector boxes that I got. And even if that's the case, I mean, it is what it is. Ooh, foil planes. That's still pretty. Maybe I just busted all my luck already, which here's hoping that this is all my bad luck for this box. And then whenever we get back to the, when we get to the Brothers War, my luck comes back. Oh, look at that. That's another double rare pack. Random list card. We got ourselves an old Stick Fingers. Nice foily alternate art. And then the Dire Strain Rampage. Don't even remember what that card does. But yeah, if anyone remembers the collector boxes that I've had recently, this particular set booster box is just, I'd have to say it's lackluster. Maybe I've been spoiled. I had to get back to just pulling random undervalued stuff at this point, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep doing it because I'm going to keep coming back, and I do hope that out of these 3 packs, one of them is going to have that Meat Hook, or it's going to say that's going to have the Meat Hook Massacre, so we're going to open that one last. So bam, I'm calling it. What's going to happen? I got to believe, and if it doesn't happen, well, it is what it is. But no, I need to believe firmly. Here's hoping that we get it, and if we don't, it is what it is. I have to move on. Fun story. I have a friend of mine. Oh, I remember this dragon was put at high. Ooh, and a Fateful Absence foil. So not bad, not bad. A friend of mine was interested in going to the Midnight Hunt pre-release, and unfortunately he could not go, but he requested that I pick him up one of the pre-release kits. And for the longest time, I had not met up with him, and so I was just holding on to the pre-release kit for him. And then finally, like months after the fact, I finally meet up with him, and then I give him the box. I'm like, hey, you know, pull it open, see what you get. And of course, in one of his packs, I don't remember what the rest of the box or in the pre-release kit had, but specifically it had a Meat Hook Massacre in it. So of course, the random pre-release kit I get from my buddy, he gets a Meat Hook Massacre. So I'm happy for him, don't get me wrong, but I was like, dang it. But here's this pack right here. It's going to have a Meat Hook. Here we go. Hoping for the best. Going to slow roll that one. Even slower than normal. Come on, Meat Hook. We got our uncommons and commons. Slowly getting these out of the way. And then we got ourselves a Ren card. No Meat Hook Massacre. So, this particular set booster box, definitely lackluster. Nothing that really, really standing out to me. I mean, yeah, we got the Ren and 7, so that was kind of cool. But the fact that we got a double Jaren in the same box, it's like, man, it's kind of whack. At least we got the Regent, and we got a couple other random playables for Commander itself. I don't think any of these cards are really played in any kind of construction format of any kind other than Commander, as far as I know. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, please let me know, correct me, let me know if anything of this... Oh, actually, Brutal Cathar was actually pretty playable, if I remember correctly. And at least we got the Zombie Commander, so there's that. So we did get ourselves a couple of mythics here. But there's nothing really that really, like, wowed me for this particular box. I'm guessing that's why it was on sale, because they had so many of these. Oh, and we did get the Panharmonicon, so that's definitely another hit, at least. So, but that's how lackluster this box was. It was so lackluster, it made me forget about the few hits that were actually, you know, noteworthy and viable. This one, I plan on putting in something else just for fun. I mean, is it a good card? Absolutely not. Is it a fun, funny card? Absolutely. So I'm definitely going to be using that. But overall, lackluster box. We did get ourselves one of the foil lands, or rare lands, so that's also not too bad. But overall, not the most powerful box. But then again, I don't think this is the worst box that we've ever pulled. And it is a set booster box, so... there it is what it is. But yeah, thank you again everyone for sticking around, watching, and being with me on my adventure, busting on trying to get a Meat Hook Massacre. I'm at the point where I might as well just buy it from my buddy. We'll see. I mean, do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yeah. So, it is what it is. But thank you again everyone for sticking around, watching. Please take the time once again to like, share, subscribe, and comment. It is appreciated. I do read all the comments. And, but yeah, thank you again, everyone. You'll have a wonderful evening. And never forget, Senpai didn't notice. Good night.